Welcome back to Yang Daily. I apologize for this one coming a bit late. Let's dig in. Evelyn made a video clip today asking all Yang Gang in Iowa to sign up to commit to caucus. These caucuses are the most important thing for the campaign's success, so please commit and let the campaign know your support by following the link in the description. The campaign has set a new donation goal for $1 million by tomorrow night at midnight so they can make the final push in Iowa count. We were all disappointed to let the last one fall a bit short. This is our chance to make up for it and get back on track, Yang Gang. If there's any merch you haven't bought, buy it. If you've got it all, get some for a friend. I recommend the shirts and hoodie and the hat. You can make a donation, get some new clothes, and advertise all in one purchase. That's living the dream. Humanity for Yang has announced that tomorrow we will be trending hashtag Call for Yang on Twitter starting at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. More importantly than the hashtag, this is a call to action because we are falling short on the campaign's phone banking goal, and that is literally the last thing we can afford right now. This is the make or break time for the movement, and we need everyone to pitch in and make it happen. Yang2020.com/call. Be there. Don't even wait. Get 10 minutes in right now. Backing this up is a Boston Globe poll released today, which found only half of voters in New Hampshire feel confident in who they will vote for. Half. And that's the people who are aware that they aren't committed. It's not even counting the hordes of voters who will tell you that they are firmly decided and then can't even remember the name of who they're voting for. And when you tell them about Yang, they change their mind. Almost the entire field is open to us, Yang Gang. We just have to make them aware of Andrew's platform and message, and they will back him. We've seen this time and time again. It's only ignorance of him that is holding him back, and the best cure we have to that ignorance is phone banking and text banking. The Suffolk Globe poll showed the tightest spread we've seen yet, with Bernie at 16%, Biden at 15%, Pete at 12%, Warren at 10%, and even with all the ways that polling ignores Yang's base, he still came in at 6% in this poll, putting him easily within striking distance if we can activate this wealth of uninformed voters, particularly after you account for his polling disadvantages. The article on the poll did slight our boy a bit by saying that Bernie has the highest voter commitment at just 60% when we know Yang's been at 75% for months. Biden had the lowest commitment at just 39%, suggesting what we already suspect, that he is the default choice for uninformed voters. The poll also found that the other candidate supporters would almost all vote for any other Democrat. If the DNC were playing to win, they would be worrying over the fact that we know the Yang Gang has pulled in a ton of support from Republicans and independents who hate the Democratic Party at large and will go to Trump if they can't vote Yang. On the events front, tomorrow Yang has Iowa town halls in Waukon, Osage, Decorah, Cresco, and Charles City. Precinct captain classes continue in Greenfield, Osceola, Council Bluffs, Grinnell, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Sioux City, Orange City, and Storm Lake, Iowa. Very important. Oakland, California has a new American naturalization ceremony celebration and Yanging event. Worcester, Massachusetts has a phone bank training seminar, a canvassing event in Charleston, South Carolina, and another in Portland, Tennessee are going on. There's phone banking events in Dover, Delaware, Brentwood, Tennessee, Portland, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. Phone banking and pie eating in Lansing, Michigan. Those guys know how to have a proper phone bank. Tabling at USC in Los Angeles. Still need event moderators. Still tons of signature gathering events in New York. Canvassing and phone banking continues in Greenville, Keene, Grinnell, Council Bluffs, Iowa City, Waterloo, Lebanon, Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, Mason City, Decorah, Columbia, and Aiken. And I surely missed a few events, so please go to yang2020.com/events and check for yourself every day. Los Angeles City Council member Marquise Harris Dawson officially endorsed Yang today, saying that Yang's UBI carries MLK's legacy of a guaranteed income to eradicate poverty. Welcome aboard, Mr. Dawson. California congressional candidate James Ellers also officially endorsed Yang today, saying 1 year from today he will be the 46th president of the United States. Incidentally, Yang will also be 46 years old. Times Square got a lot classier today as apparently Twitter user Jason from Queens started running 2020 Yang Gang ads on the iconic electric billboards 30 seconds at a time, 5 times an hour, 24 hours a day on his own. No one seems to know who this guy is or how he's funding it, but multiple Yang Gang have confirmed that it is real and can also be seen on the Times Square live cams. If you live in New York, definitely check it out for yourself. Barry Weiss and Joe Rogan gushed over Yang on the most recent episode of the Joe Rogan podcast, venerating his policies, his appeal to all ideologies, and his sincerity as a person. Ms. Weiss said she doesn't think she's ever seen former Bernie supporters and former Trump supporters getting along anywhere other than Yang's events, and that where other politicians are so fake they're like aliens, Andrew is a real human being. As you probably know, Yang's campaign only really took off after his appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, so hopefully we'll see some swell in the ranks from this as well. Yang made an appearance on Vice's The Short Answer yesterday, where they shot some quick questions at him. The most interesting to me were that Yang's worst job was a busboy at a Chinese restaurant, where he didn't qualify to be a waiter because his Chinese wasn't good enough. That the last TV show he and Evelyn binged was This Is Us, and his greatest fear was failing to eradicate poverty in his time. The latter was a very pageant-esque answer, but to be fair, Yang probably means it. Scott Santons tweeted out his article yesterday detailing Dr. King's words on the importance of passing a guaranteed income to eliminate poverty as the logical next step of the civil rights movement. It's basically a greatest hits of MLK on UBI, and I highly suggest visiting it. If you've been dying to know what kind of music Andrew loves, your time has come. Colbert's The Late Show tweeted a video clip of Yang's mood mix yesterday where it's all about the tunes that get our next president groovin'. Links below. Today's policy will be another one that I've not heard any other Democrat mention, data rights. Yang wants to work to pass a law that will give every citizen the following rights over their data. The right to be informed as to what data will be collected and how it will be used, the right to opt out of data collection or sharing, the right to be told if a website has data on you and what that data is, the right to be forgotten, to have all data related to you deleted upon request, the right to be informed if ownership of your data changes hands, the right to be informed of any data breaches including your information in a timely manner, the right to download all data in a standardized format to port to another platform, and the right to be monetarily compensated for a portion of the economic value generated from the use of your data. Today's Yang Daily 10 task is to do exactly what you should be doing already, which is phone banking. The team has set you up with all the help you could want getting started, so go check it out. This cannot be stressed enough. We have to place well in Iowa or New Hampshire in order for the rest of the country to consider Yang a viable candidate. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If we get crushed there, we're probably done. But the caucuses and open primaries mean that it is entirely possible for us to excel in those states, and if we do that, everyone will consider Yang a serious option and start looking into him. Once people start looking into him, we win. But it's up to us. Everyone doing even 10 minutes of phone banking a day would be enough to secure the future we all want. Do not tell yourself that others will take care of it. Do not tell yourself that your contribution is insignificant. We need you. Everyone can afford 10 minutes a day. Don't be that person looking back with regret, watching your dreams turn to dust and thinking it could have been real if only you had tried. Promise yourself right now that you're going to finish this podcast, follow the link, and spend 10 minutes phone banking before you start anything else. And message me at Yang Dailycast on Twitter when you've done it so I can thank you personally. This is how we win. And that's our Yang news for today. Sign the commitment to caucus in Iowa, donate toward the new goal, trend call for Yang tomorrow, check your local events, share the podcast on social media and with friends so we can save as much time as possible for volunteering, and for the sake of us all, phone bank. We might not get a second chance to make this dream a reality, Yang Gang. Let's make this shot count.